Hey everyone, in my last video we talked about tattoo aftercare. In this video we're going to talk about different ways to heal your tattoo depending on a situation. And we're going to be talking about dry healing versus wet healing. Let's get started. Alright, so today we're talking about two different ways to heal your tattoo rather than the just normal way that I outlined in my tattoo aftercare in the last video. And if you haven't seen that, you can click above on whichever side that pops up on and go watch that. So, dry healing and wet healing. Well, what exactly are those? So let's talk about dry healing first. So what dry healing is, it's basically tattoo aftercare, but you are letting your wound heal in the open air. Now you're still washing your tattoo with soap and water, but after you're done washing it, you are not putting any ointment or lotion on top of your tattoo. Now, dry healing has less to do with letting it air dry, more than it does keeping irritants out of your skin. Some lotions or ointments or other products you may use on your tattoo can cause skin irritation, and especially with people with eczema, this could be bothersome. So what dry healing does is it gives you the option to not use anything and still let your tattoo heal properly. Now, dry healing completely eliminates those risks. However, those risks could be completely avoided if you just use something that's all natural. But with dry healing, while it's not risky itself, it does come with some drawbacks. Your skin may burn or be severely itchy. This is because your skin doesn't have the moisture in it because you're not using any moisturizers, lotions, or ointments. Now, because of this, areas of your skin can become extremely dry, which can lead to scabbing over, cracking, chafing, and could potentially affect how your tattoo looks when it is fully healed. So when it comes to dry healing, I recommend you only use this process if you don't like ointments or lotions, or you can't use them because they do irritate your skin severely. So on the opposite side of dry healing, you have wet healing. So what exactly is wet healing? So wet healing is when you never let your skin dry out. Now, I will say that it is riskier than dry healing because wet, damp areas, especially when they get covered, is a prime breeding ground for bacteria. Now, so if you do wet heal your tattoo, you do need to take extreme caution when you are doing this. So you're probably asking, when would I wet heal my tattoo? So the main point and reasoning for wet healing a tattoo would be when your tattoo falls on a joint or in areas where there's a lot of movement or chafing. So for example, your elbow or your fingers, or maybe even your shoulder joint. And one that is coming up in popularity is on your kneecap. So because these joints are in constant motion, once your tattoo does start to heal through the normal process, constant movement could cause micro tears in the scabs and in the healing process, which could potentially change the way your tattoo heals. Alright, so now you've decided you're going to wet heal your tattoo. How do you do it? Well, it's actually pretty simple. What you're going to do and how this works is you use an ointment like Aquaphor or A&D ointment. You're going to apply it to the area and then you're going to wrap it. I normally just wrap my clients' tattoos with saran wrap. It's simple, cheap, and it's easy. And then you secure it down. Masking tape is pretty easy and simple to use to secure that down. So then, twice a day, once in the morning and one in the evening, you're going to change your wrapping and put new wraps on it. So you would take off that wrap, wash the old ointment off with lukewarm water and soap, and then reapply a thin layer of your Aquaphor or your A&D ointment, and then rewrap your tattoo. And that'll happen twice a day. So this wet healing process, this part of it should only happen for 3 to 4 days until your tattoo does start to crust and heal. And then you're going to use, again, what I recommend is a moisturizer like cocoa butter. And at this point, after that 3 or 4 days, you're going to leave the wrap off. You're not going to wrap it again, and you're going to just apply the cocoa butter. Again, Palmer's Heals and Softens Cocoa Butter. It's 24-hour moisturizer, and you only need to put it on once a day after your first wash, which for me, I prefer for you to do it in the morning. And that's it. Those are 2 different ways that you can heal your tattoo. Again, I prefer the primary method, which is the tattoo aftercare I highlighted in my last video. But if you were to have complications or your tattoo is in a specific spot, these may not be bad alternatives to that, to make sure that your tattoo heals the best that it can. Again, as a tattoo artist, the primary thing we want in this process is for your tattoo to turn out awesome. Well, that's it for this video. We went over dry healing and wet healing your tattoo and how it would work for you. In the description below, I'm going to leave links for products that I recommend for during your aftercare and after your aftercare process. So go ahead and check those out. Let me know in the comments below what you think of dry healing versus wet healing, and if you have used either one of those techniques before. I want to hear from you. Thanks guys, and we'll check you out in the next video.